I'm happy to see you again.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to see you.
Okay, I'm working on the two-shot now.
Okay, so...
Tell me everything.
Well, I'm just happy that you're coming to Dallas with this show.
Thank you.
And I predict big things for it. I think everybody knows, all generations know this movie. And
yes, it's a very popular film, and I'm so happy that I can be connected with it. You know, it's a very...
Okay, that was just getting edit shots. Okay. All right.
Got it.
You tell me.
Ready.
You do have white balance, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Tony Curtis, how marvelous!
I'm going to move a little closer to you so I can hear you.
Okay.
That's fine. Got it.
Okay. Tony Curtis, how marvelous to look forward to having you in Dallas in Some Like It Hot, the new musical.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Sugar was kind of this story.
Well, it wasn't. Some Like It Hot is not about sugar. Some Like It Hot, original story is about two musicians who have to get out of town because they've seen a murder, and they get dressed up as girls. The one musician falls in love with the girl singer, and the other musician finds himself almost married to an eccentric millionaire. That's the construction of it, and that's what, excuse me, Some Like It Hot is about.
Yes.
They tried to do it with Sugar, but it wasn't successful. Not simply because they tried to take a minor character and embellish it into a play, a full play. And Marilyn, to just take that character and embellish it would be like taking any of the other characters and embellishing it when it really didn't have the story content for it. So that's where I feel that. But then when they finally came up with Some Like It Hot, I said to them, well, what story are you going to tell? And they said that, well, we can use the Some Like It Hot basis, premise. I said, wonderful. I said, but you know that I won't be playing Joey. That was a guy when I was 30, and Jack was 30. But I'd like to play the eccentric millionaire who falls in love with this guy. So they said, sounds wonderful, and here I am.
As the eccentric millionaire.
Eccentric millionaire.
Do you have any background for this?
Yeah, no, right. That's what you call typecasting. I'm going to be immaculately dressed, you know, dear, beautiful white clothes, really fashioned nicely, and looking as well as I can look, and bring that joy to an audience. You know, everybody seems to be embarrassed about being wealthy or handsome, or you know, we all say, well, no, I'm not really. Well, this guy says, I am what I am, you know. So it's going to be fun.
Now, will he have the same exit line that the movie has?
Absolutely. That's the reason I did it.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if it didn't have that punchline.
That is.
He said, you know, I say to him, he says, listen, now we can't get married. Why not? He said, well, I smoke. He says, well, that's all right. I said, I can't wear your mother's dress. Why not? Because we're not built the same. He said, well, we could get it altered. He says, oh, no, you don't. He says that I've been living with another musician for 3 years. I forgive you. We can never have children. We'll adopt them. Pulls the wig off. He says, you don't understand, Osgood. I'm a man. And I say, nobody's perfect. You know, sweet woman, that's so American to me. That little section is so part of all of our lives. You know, nobody's perfect. Nothing is perfect. So sit back and enjoy it, you know?
And that's where that line originated. Right. I mean, it's been said jillions of times ever since.
When we used to use it in jokes, you know, you go out on a date and the guy said, gee, what an ugly girl you got. Well, nobody's perfect. I mean, you know, that's about where the joke originated. And, you know, to fit it into this play is divine.
Now, is your character going to be singing songs?
Yes, I'm going to sing. I'm going to dance. I've got a number of funny scenes I'm going to do. There are those who can leave love or take it, and some who know and some who make love and make it. I wish that I were the same, but love is my favorite game. I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard.
Great song.
Nice, beautiful. And I'm going to get to sing that song in the show.
And you're tap dancing?
And dancing too.
What is it like for you now as you anticipate this? In a sense, it's your stage debut because you've never done a musical before.
I did stage years and years ago, but never because I liked it. I did it because it seemed part of the parcel. But I've never done a musical. It's overwhelming. But I'm not frightened by it. I'm not intimidated by it, you know. I know what I have to do and how I'm going to do it. And the company's been very nice with me. They're not asking me to do anything that I wouldn't normally try to do, you know. So my singing, they tell me I have perfect pitch. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm happy to hear that, you know. And I can stand on my feet and move around, so just turn me loose, honey.
If we can, let's talk about the movie for just a little bit. What is your favorite story about Jack Lemmon and working with him in Some Like It Hot?
Well, Jack and I were dressed as girls one day, and we went out and walking out on the outside of the set, take a breather. And I said to him, come with me. So we tiptoed, dressed fully in women's dresses, and I took him into the ladies' room. And he didn't want to go, and I said, come with me. So I grabbed him by the hand, and I pulled him in the ladies' room, and we went right to the mirror. And I took up my lipstick and started fixing it. He's standing next to me and looking at the mirror, and the girls were coming in and out of stalls behind us, you know, and walking by us, never spotted us. I put it away, and we walked out there. He said, Tony, it worked. I said, I told you we could get away with it. Just then a girl is walking out of the bathroom, and she sees me and says, hi, Tony. Oh, dear.
What about Marilyn? What's your favorite recollection of Marilyn?
Oh, Marilyn was a very sweet woman. She was in a lot of trouble during the making of that movie, and she suffered a lot for it. So many rude and ugly stories came out about her, and she was just, you know, no one looked after her. She had no friends. There was nobody that looked after her, you know, and she couldn't take care of herself. There she was, 32, 31 years old, most famous woman in movies and living like a bag woman in some stupid house. We all felt sorry for her, but there was nothing we could do to change that, you know. But we knew each other, Marilyn and I, since 1949, when I was put on the contract at Universal in the summer of '48, and I met her at the end of '48. She was coming trying to get a contract at the studio. She wasn't blonde then, she was kind of strawberry colored hair. And we met, and I drove her into town, and we started going out together. We were together for about 6 months. We were lovers, but we knew it could never last, because we were both so interested in our careers, you know. And so we helped each other in those early days of learning what it is to be like a woman and like a man, you know. Those charming, wonderful days when we were in our late teens and early 20s. And we'd see each other around town. We were always friendly, you know. And then the next thing I know, we're going to do this picture together, which was really nice for both of us, you know. But the mechanics of the picture made it very difficult for her to work. You know, the company was on her. We'll get on time, and they're going to fire you, you know. So she was disagreeable with everybody, blamed us, you know. Once she went into the shot, she said, well, I'm here, we're the boys, you know, so that's all right.
Kind of mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, right, but that's what life is like, isn't it? And life is not a one-way street.
Exactly. William Wyler, one of the great directors of all time, and we lost him.
Yes, just a few days ago.
1959 was a great year for him. He won the Oscar for Ben-Hur, and then he also directed Some Like It Hot, which had 6 nominations.
Well, you know, I'm stunned how Some Like It Hot didn't get all nominations and win them all. I really am. I really was disappointed in the Academy. I am very disappointed in them now. I've never believed them, you know. I didn't. How could you take one picture like that and give it to one director, give it to the actor in another, give it to the writer in another, have someone else photograph it? That, to me, isn't winning awards. A picture should win an award for as it is, and give out 10 or 12 of those little numbers for that movie, and maybe have 5 movies, each one winning for different categories, but not try to aim it into one direction, which they did. And I was in some really excellent films: The Boston Strangler, the Defier ones, Sweet Smell of Success, Operation Petticoat. I've got a nice record of movies that I made, you know. The Vikings, Trapeze, and never once nominated or never once acknowledged, maybe for the Defier one. But I never thought of that as an important nomination, because they were nominating a black man and a Jewish man, which they've never done before, didn't, you know. So I don't have much, I won't say respect, but I don't really believe that much in the awards. And for Billy Wilder not to have, what did he win it for, The Apartment? Or?
He won for Ben-Hur, directing Ben-Hur.
Who did?
William Wyler.
Billy Wilder didn't.
Oh, excuse me, Billy Wilder.
Didn't direct Ben-Hur?
William Wyler, you're right.
William Wyler. Well, maybe they made a mistake. Maybe they meant Billy Wilder.
I don't know.
Billy Wilder, I was at a dinner party one night with Billy Wilder and Willie Wyler, and they were talking. They were good friends. And Billy said, he says, you know, I don't understand what goes on. He said, I keep getting mistaken for you and you for me. Yesterday somebody said, oh, Mr. Wyler. I said, no, I'm Wilder. And Willie Wyler said, Monet, Manet. What's the difference?
What is it about Billy Wilder that made him such a great director?
He was very unsentimental, you know, and he was able to bring that unsentimentality to the screen and allowed you to observe people's idiosyncrasies and madnesses and frustrations. And every one of his movies, his people were all like that.
And as actors, did he give actors a lot of direction, or did
No, not at all. He cast the part so perfectly that the actor just showed up and did it. You know, he knew that they were capable of doing it.
When you're on the road, are you able to paint?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I do a lot of drawing on the road.
And do you usually paint the things around you that you see?
I do. I'll paint backstage. I'll paint something in the set. I'll paint a light if I've got the time to do that. You know, if I've got 10, 15, or 20 minutes off and I'm not bothered by the work. And so I have an opportunity to do all of that always, you know.
And do you sell most of your paintings, or are there some that you just can't part with?
There's some that never move, you know, and others are movable. You know, I have such a large inventory of what am I going to do with it all? I mean, excuse me. So some of them I dispose of, and the others I just accumulate, you know. I'll give them out to my kids one day, maybe give them to a university, or give them to anybody that wants them.
The Navy has some connection with this musical, excuse me, Some Like It Hot. What is the Navy's connection to this?
Well, I was in the Navy, and so the Navy is going to, one of the performances in Washington will be for the Navy Memorial. So they're going to be, that one evening, it'll be just for the Navy.
And you went then from the Navy to being an actor, right?
I did, yes.
Who inspired you to be an actor?
I just wanted to be an actor ever since I was a kid. Went to the movies, saw Cary Grant, and said that's the kind of work I wanted to do, and aimed my life in that direction. And
of course, then you ended up working with Cary Grant.
Yeah, I worked up. I saw him in a picture that he made called Destination Tokyo, where he played a submarine commander. And the next thing I know, I'm in Hollywood and I can do any kind of movie I want. And I said, I want to do it with Cary Grant. And I want to play captain of, I'm going to play one of his seamen. And there I was, in a movie with Cary Grant in a submarine.
And
Wonderful.
the first day on the set with Cary Grant, what was that like?
I had known him before then. I knew him way before he knew me, you see. And then when I finally got to meet him, it was a thrill and a joy. He was the best of men.
Well, Tony, you've been more than generous with your time here today.
It's a privilege and a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear.
And I look forward to seeing...
And follow the yellow brick road.
Well, wait just a minute.
Okay.
Ah,
You
here
ready,
he is.
sir?
Yes, yes. You were just about 1 minute. You're very prompt. Okay, now can you do a two-shot reaction? Yeah. Okay. So you just...
You walk me through it, honey.
you just talk. We're not recording your sound. You just talk, and I'm
Are
doing
you
some reactions.
rolling now?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
are. Well, let me see, what can I amuse you with? I could tell you some dirty stories, but I don't think I will. Not sitting here in the hotel anyway. Are you allowed to laugh? Oh, good, good, good. I think we're doing good. You're beautiful the way he's photographing you. Huh? You must be happy with being you. You come from Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? Born and raised? No. You're the silent one in the family, aren't you? Well, let's see, what else am I going to tell you? Well, I'm going home today. In just a little while, I'll be on this afternoon. I live in Las Vegas, my wife and I, so we're going back there. That's going to be, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Okay.
John, why don't you just hang on to that two-shot, and I'll just do the re-asks
Okay,
that
gotcha.
way. Just hang on to the two-shot, and I'll do... Hello, Michael. Okay.
Michael, good morning.
Tony, I'm going to
What
re-ask
would you like me to do now?
and you start to answer, and I'll wave you off.
What?
I'll re-ask the question, you start to answer, and then I'll stop you.
I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, ready.
Do you get to sing some songs in Some Like It Hot, the musical? Okay. And I hear you're dancing, tap dancing. This is an all-new thing. It's not sugar.
Sugar is kaput.
Okay. When you think of Jack Lemmon and working with him in Some Like It Hot, the movie, what comes to mind? Okay. What was it like working with Marilyn Monroe? Okay. Now, this is your first time to do a stage musical. How are you feeling at this time? What is it about Billy Wilder that made him such a wonderful director? The Navy has some connection with Some Like It Hot, the musical. Tell me about it. Okay. Okay. When you're on the road, when you're on the road, do you have time to paint?
Oh, yes.
Do you sell all your paintings, or are there some you just can't part with? Okay. Who was it inspired you to become an actor? And then you ended up making a movie with Cary Grant, your movie hero.
Incredible.
Okay, that'll do it.
Okay.
You're wonderful.